Hi there, everyone. Hope you're doing well today. I wanted to share a little bit about my life with you in these videos, these best of videos, because last March I started a YouTube channel and I enjoy doing these videos, but when I look back on the videos I made, I don't really share much about myself. So it's my intention to be sure that I share a little more about myself, a little more insight. And one thing I wanted to talk about today was being relatable. And what that means to me is being that person that someone can relate to. It's not always simple because we live in a world where a lot of us are not relatable to each other. We don't feel like we have a lot in common, especially if somebody's at one end and someone's at the other end. And most of you know what I'm talking about. So, being relatable to me means being that person that someone can reach out to, where you feel comfortable, you feel at home with that person, you feel like even if you've never met them, you could reach out and you could have a conversation. Being relatable also means that maybe you have like similar goals and similar things that you're wanting to achieve in life. And it's hard to remember sometimes to make an effort to be relatable. I myself am there. It took me a while to get here, but I realize the importance of it now because when you're not relatable, people don't think they can reach out to you. They feel like you're either below them or above them, which I am neither. None of us are better than anybody else. We are all equal, and that is the point that I'm trying to drive home is to make sure that when you're out in this world and you're putting things out there that you're being relatable, because it's nice to know that if you're approachable that people will approach you. And in my lifetime I wasn't always this way, but I am now. And I find that whether I go to the store or take a walk or whenever I leave my house, there's a lot of people now that approach me and say hello, and they actually seem a little bit excited to talk to me, which I didn't always have in my life. So for me, it feels really important to stay relatable, and to not think I'm better than other people, because I'm not. And when you get a grasp on that, your life will change dramatically. And for me, it was really important to find that part of myself because I was often not knowing what direction I was going, and I was often not knowing what I wanted to do or where I wanted to be. And when I look back, I started to realize that the people that brought me there are the ones that made themselves relatable. They were the people I could approach. They were the people that made it easy for me to approach them. They were the ones that were the most helpful. And some of them, on a scale of what society would say is successful, were very successful. And yet they were willing to lend a helping hand. So no matter what you do, or no matter how much money you have or where you're going, like remain relatable because it's important that you allow other people to know that they can reach out to you, because we all have something to offer someone. And if you don't look like someone that's approachable, or they don't feel you're approachable, then what happens is they won't approach you. And maybe you have something that they need. So just stay open to this idea. And even if you're not there yet, keep working on it, because it is a nice feeling to know that when people are around me, they feel like they can, or that they are relatable to me, that we have things in common, that I don't, feel like I'm better than them or they better than I. And it's nice to have a group of people like that around me. And like I said, I wasn't always like this in my life, and it wasn't like this for me. I worked really hard at it. And just knowing the amount of people that have helped me to get to where I am, and all the connections I've made over the years, and especially the ones that I would have never thought would reach out and help, did. So just don't take anyone for granted, and just try to remember to keep connecting and be relatable and allow people to enter into your lives, because you probably have something that they need from you. If you like this video, subscribe, like, and share. Thank you.